guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the final spooky stories of the year for you, which I am sad about, but of course I have lots of other Halloween content still coming out for the rest of the month. So don't worry if you are here for the Halloween content, there's still a few more videos to go. If you're new to my channel at all, please consider subscribing down below. We do tons of different content such as thrift hauls, witchy hauls, crystal hauls. I do a candle review series. I also do a bunch of other videos, and right now because it is October, I put out a bunch of Halloween themed content. So if any of that sounds interesting to you at all, please subscribe down below. And as I said, today's video is a spooky stories. Every Monday I have been uploading a spooky story for the month of October, and the one we are going to do for today is from the book Ghostly Tales of Michigan. I live in Michigan. If you're unaware, and this book was compiled by Ryan Jacobson, and it's just a bunch of spooky stories that he was told over the years that he compiled into a book. So today's story that we're doing out of this book is called The Life-Saving Specter. Daniel and Cora Shopwell were weary of their farming struggle. They were eager for a fresh start. Fortunately, Cora's parents, George and Delilah Hepner, offered just the opportunity. "There's an empty lot across the street from us," Cora's mother explained. "The house that used to stand there burned to the ground years ago. Why don't you come live here and we'll help you get back on your feet?" Thus it was decided. In 1903, the young couple moved to the small village Lake Odessa. Daniel built their new house atop the stone foundation that stood near Tupper Lake Street and 6th Avenue. It seemed like a dream come true for the Shopwells. They had a beautiful place of their own, close to their family, and their new life was set to begin. Unfortunately, the happy plans were derailed by an unexpected presence. Knock, knock, knock. "Who would be visiting at this hour?" Cora asked, about to lie down for the night. Daniel struggled and shrugged. His only guess was Cora's parents. Knock, knock, knock. The pounding grew louder. Sounding more urgent, Daniel leapt out of bed and hurried to the front door. When he flung it open, he found no one there. "Who was it?" Cora asked, as Daniel returned to the bedroom. Her husband shrugged again. "No one, I guess." Suddenly behind him, Daniel heard a creak of the front door being opened. It was instantly followed by a loud slam that seemed to shake the entire house. For a second time, Daniel raced out of the bedroom, and once again, he found no one inside or outside of the house. The instance was one of several curious happenings. Loud banging noises seemed to emanate from all corners of the home. Windows and doors were frequently rattled by unexplained knocks. Even the sitting room's wood-burning stove acted peculiar. Its door would swing open and close as if an invisible force was checking it. And perhaps strangest of all, Shopwells sometimes heard a heavy ball rolling across their porch, a ball that could never be found. Late one night, Daniel was sitting in the living room. His chair suddenly lifted off the ground, and it levitated for several seconds before falling back to the floor. For the Shopwells, that was the last straw. They sold the property and moved back to their old farm. A short time later, Gottlieb and Anna Kussmaul moved into the Shopwell house with their only child, Hattie. The couple were hardworking, enthusiastic, first-generation Americans with a solid reputation within their community. However, the haunted home had plenty of tricks in store for them, too. At first, the Kussmauls believed all of the knocking, slamming doors, and other strange noises were the work of their mischievous daughter. However, that opinion changed when one day Hattie ran to the neighbor's house and she was in a hysterical fright. "I saw a ghost," she cried. "He was in our bathroom and he was shining his boots." When the child calmed down, she described the scene in further detail. "I could see right through him," Hattie noted. "That's how I knew he was a real ghost." A subsequent search for the house yielded no evidence. None that anyone else had been there. But Hattie's conviction, coupled with all the other strange phenomena, led to the girl's parents to believe her. A few weeks later, neighbors claimed to hear two men violently fighting inside of the house. It was such a disturbing ruckus that they contacted the police. "We can hear them hitting and grunting," said one of the neighbors. "It sounded like they're pounding each other against the floor." Another search of the home came up empty. The causes of the noises was never determined. Eventually, the Kussmauls learned to live with their ghostly guest. The family grew accustomed to the strange sounds and peculiar incidences within the home. The spirit seemed harmless, in fact, and it turned to be quite helpful. Late one night, Anna bolted upright out of bed, and she stared aghast as the ghost of a man appeared beside her. The gray specter gestured toward Anna's husband. In that instant, Anna realized something was wrong with Gottlieb. "Wake up," she shouted, shaking her husband. Yet her husband did not stir. "Gottlieb," she screamed, slapping his face. Still he did not respond. Unable to rouse him, Anna did the only thing she could. She summoned medical help. The woman later learned that Gottlieb had a seizure during that night, but fortunately the doctor had arrived in time to revive him. The ghost had likely saved Gottlieb's life. As stories of the life-saving specter got out, the Kussmauls became the subject of many interviews and much media exposure. It led to some experts to trace the spirit back to a wealthy man who had once lived in the property. Rumors circulated that he was robbed and then murdered in his home, which had later been torched to destroy the evidence of the crime. Regardless of whether this last report is true, those who knew the old place certainly believed it to be true, and believed it was haunted. The house has since been torn down, and no spirits have been reported in the building that replaced it. I know it was a very short story, and I do apologize for that. I would have loved to do a longer one, but I don't have very much free time to do a lot of these stories, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed all 3 of the stories that I did this month. And even though there's one Monday left of this month, it happens to be October 31st itself, so I'm going to have a different type of video next Monday. I also have one more crafting video coming out, and a few other things, so keep an eye out for those. If you guys are interested in this book at all, I will link it down below. It has a bunch of different stories that are based in different areas of Michigan, and I just thought it was really cool and wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Please consider subscribing down below. Comment any thoughts you have also, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!